I believe in the Dolphin Man. As I grew up in Japan, my mother, once a scuba diving instructor in Hawaii, used to tell many stories about legends of Jacques Mayo, a French freediver who held multiple records in freediving. Jacques Mayo was also known as a Dolphin Man, as he was more fondly attached to marine animals than humans. Well known for his philosophy that all life is interconnected, he wished for humans to stop prioritizing themselves over the environment and other creatures. Occasionally, my mother would explain how diving deep into the ocean can affect divers like Jacques Mayo. She told me that in the ocean's depths, the divers feels the water surrounding her skin differently, like a dense, creamy substance, and she is slowly engulfed until she no longer senses a physical boundary between herself and the ocean. I am left bewildered to this day by what losing boundaries might sound, look, or feel like. Last summer in Japan, I had a boundary dissolving experience through a volunteer program to support preparations for Setouchi Triennale Art Festival. Prior to this trip, I was afraid of entering an unfamiliar, solitary environment. To make clear, this fear of solitude had always existed within me. I felt it as I moved to the US, leaving my friends and families behind. I felt it as I experienced cultural differences and found language as my barrier. In the end, I managed to deliver myself to the shrine with the fear lingering within me, until a change of weather arrived. One day, I visited an island named Ogijima. A storm was coming, and the heavy rain sounded extremely appealing. With no map, I wandered through the steep, slippery streets until I found a small public library. I stayed inside the library for hours waiting for the rain to stop, but as I read books, I forgot about the rain, the time, the island, and the last ship. The stillness of the library did not leave me in a deep thought, as I felt an intimacy with Ogijima and its rains. Leaving the library for the port, I discovered that I missed the scheduled ship. Luckily, I did not miss the last ship. As the rain washed out the sounds, I thought to myself how, as I saw visitors and locals enjoying and living in the islands, I did not feel the loneliness that I was expecting going into the trip, but rather a sense of solidarity. Waiting there in the rain for the last ship, I realized that solitude I felt for years was a misapprehension that served as a shield for me. Like Jacques Mayo, there are people who solemnly live encircling the ideology of losing boundaries, in which inseparableness does in fact exist. As I drive myself to achieve independence, I am beginning to recognize that I am actually not independent, but instead intricately tied to my surroundings, part of a totality without limit.